Hey everybody, welcome to Visual Communication and Media. My name is Adam Rosetsky. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I hope everybody's starting their week well. I hope week one's going great for y'all. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Just a couple quick announcements. Keep in mind that your discussion posts are due by the end of the night, Sunday night. So once they hit the Sunday, it will be late. Also, keep in mind that your live lecture assignments and your written assignments are due Sunday night. As well. So you have your discussion on Saturday night, by the end of the night, Saturday night, and then your live lectures, your written assignments on Sunday, by the end of the night, Sunday night. And keep in mind, those live lectures, you can't turn them late, so you need to make sure those are turned in by Sunday, so you don't miss out on those. Other than that, let's get into it. This will help you out. This information will give you a little bit more about your assignment and everything, how we talked about. So this week we talked about sensory communication and communication, visual communication as a whole, and how it's evolved over time. We talked about nonverbal communication. We also talked about colors and balance. The last piece, the element that we didn't talk about, was lines and how they really matter in more ways than one. And lines are pretty important because line is one of the basic elements of visual communication. They direct the flow of content, divide space, and provide emphasis on specific areas. Each type of line represents different kinds of moods or senses. So depending on the weight or how the line is built and everything could help emphasize what things are happening and when they're not. For example, straight lines give the impression of strictness and rigidity. We tend to see groups and companies and people use straight lines to showcase organization and reliability. You tend to see these a lot with governmental facilities or anything that's traditional in its own aspects. Professional organizations, and they're used to create reliability in more ways than one. Curved lines, much like straight lines where they want to create trust in the viewer, it's a little different where you see consistency in straight lines, but curved lines, they tend to show playfulness and grace, and these lines are more flexible. People use these lines to showcase security, but to put viewers at ease because there's not as many rules as straight lines are, and so you can be at ease in the fact where you can have some fun with it and really organize. You tend to see curved lines a lot in more entertainment-based elements and things that are meant to be fun and inviting in more ways. Now, diagonal and thick dark lines, they're a little bit different. They're pleasant and stimulating the eye. They help direct the viewer's eyes to specific areas. You tend to see these when they're promoting exciting events. However, when you use too many, much like in this image right here, if you look closely, they can cause confusion and tension on the eye, and it gets hard to focus a little bit when you look at something like that because it's hard for the eye to center itself with those lines so close together in more ways than one. Not only that, we have diagonal lines, but we also have thick dark lines as well. They're meant for boldness. They're used for confidence and strength. They're meant for groups to appear successful. So we tend to see these a lot in like sporting events and massive campaigns and marketing. These are meant to really highlight specific items and showcase what they're made of in more ways than one. Now, thin light lines are a little bit different. They're meant for delicacy and gentleness. They're meant for an organized but not overbearing look. We tend to see these a lot in clothing lines or beauty lines or anything that deals with anything that involves care, as in like body care or anything with like candles or something. We tend to see this a lot that ties with beauty and decadence in a lot of ways. Companies showcase these to show how beauty is without intimidation. And then finally we have group lines. They're meant for exploration and they're used to show data easily. We tend to see companies and groups use these to show numbers and research to back up what they have or what they're trying to pitch in a lot of ways so that they can bring facts to the table, and that's what really matters in those elements. But other than that, that's all I got. I just wanted to showcase some different lines and how they're used with the reasoning behind them and why those type of elements are there. This should help you get an understanding of like what we're looking for the written assignment this weekend. Other than that, that's all I got. So keep in mind, let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you're going to have problems getting that live lecture in on Sunday. But other than that, be safe, have fun, enjoy, take it easy, and don't hesitate to holler at all. Be checking in throughout the weekend, and I hope everyone has a good weekend. All right, take it easy. Bye-bye.